Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance joins the team, hating on me, Gene. BJ the DJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the Viz. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chad D by B. 11:30.
Hello, my name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th.
Is it my turn?
It's you.
All right. What's up, everyone? I'm Hot Mike Chance. As if you didn't know that already.
You do now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who's going next? We
And
got
I
the Fab
am
Five back.
BJ, the DJ.
And the best for last?
Hi, I'm Chris Webber. Timeout. Oh, we don't have any timeouts. Well, fuck it. We lost. I'm Brandon E.
Yes, the Fab Five. Fab Five.
5-5, baby.
Five is here. That's the country
We're
coming
bad.
out.
Taking over for the 9/9/2028.
There it is, right there for you.
Shout out to Cash
I'm
Money
here for this
Records.
today, man. I'm here. I'm here for
It's
this.
been so long since we had all five of us here.
Been so long.
Give us some tunes, man.
Sing it. Get on the floor.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I was going to say that, but the N word came up after that, and I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, I don't want to slip up on that one.
Well, we'll leave it to Hulk Hogan to say.
Hulk Hogan. God bless.
Mystical,
Reason
one of the greatest
427 why I
one
hate
of the
Hulk Hogan.
greatest rappers of all time. However, he's
Yes.
since
Yeah.
He's got a
been doing
problem.
some rapping with
got a
out on the
problem.
P's
He likes to.
lately.
He's a
So,
very, very aggressive person.
He's got
Okay.
a problem.
he is danger, literally. Anyways, episode 80.
We're here.
Shout out to Wayne Corbett. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's who you pull out for number 80.
Well, it's an I mean, and give a bit.
I don't know. I can't. I'm not good at these ones.
Jerry Rice.
Hang on,
Jerry
hang on,
Rice.
hang on,
That's the
hang on,
easy- that's
hang
the
on.
low-hanging
Whoa,
fruit.
whoa, guys. We ain't going any further until I get a chance to give my shout out to Jagger Rose. I was a little upset. All y'all was giving shout outs to Jagger Rose, so shout out Jagger Rose. Uncle BJ loves you.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Heck
give my
yeah.
shout
Good
out.
call right there.
All seriousness, I wasn't
Yes.
gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
When she watched that, she smiled so big.
Yeah.
She goes, "Where is Uncle?"
I
B?"
know, right?
I swear.
Love
she
it.
Said that.
I love it.
when I saw that. I was like, wait a minute.
I have to
Just
make
made
it-
it
I'll
that.
make another clip
Had
of
to
that.
do
and we'll
it.
have to
Yes,
cash it in
because
there.
Had
she
to do
literally said that. So
Yeah,
So
had to
great.
get that out of the way.
Oh. But go back to Wayne Corbett. He was old school. He was a guy that wore no gloves. Even
yeah.
in like modern day football, he was a no gloves guy.
Hey, I'm pretty sure if you went and investigated his family tree, there's probably some mafia ties there.
I'd say so.
I would think.
He reminded me a lot of that. What's that Mark Wahlberg movie where he?
Four brothers.
No, the one where he plays for the Eagles. That's a great movie. Though.
Oh,
Invincible.
Invincible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
where
You
he-
must not know about me. Irreplaceable. Never mind. Same thing. Shit. What? And we're back.
Close enough.
We're talking about well, hang on. Before we even do that, shout out to the sponsors: Trouble Spirits, Revolution One Media, and all 37 of the wrestlers.
Boom! They're here on the table standing.
We've got
They
something
are.
on display right
Yep.
here.
Yeah,
We
it's
probably
very
Coming
slow
out
to promote.
tomorrow or at midnight tonight.
Absolutely. Great Head to Go Volume 2. Go get it.
Promote that shit.
get it.
Yeah, go get it, man. Appreciate
Show
all the
and prove, be the
support.
team.
It's all
Absolutely.
right there. It's all right there. The artwork. Shout out
to
Avin
the
again.
right of this table is just so much talent.
Oh, no,
That's
this
true.
whole table's talented in
Well,
some
for sure.
aspect.
Well, don't you have an album coming out?
God Don't Like
here?
Ugly is out.
it's
doing,
out now.
Doing
It's out
great
now.
numbers. Doing great numbers.
Shout out to both of my fellows here.
Oh no,
Right.
this 5-man table. There's a lot of talent at this 5-man table. Period. In some aspect, everyone brings something to the table that is just unbelievable. So
Yeah.
Mine's just
sitting
the
amongst
rambling
goats
part.
here.
Now, when's your next album coming out?
Oh,
Speaking
I'm
of.
glad you asked. February 31st, 2031.
All right.
Mission
Hey.
Impossible 3 to be out.
Dr. Dre
231-31, dude.
Yep, it's my detox record, so-
231-31, dude. Let's start hashtagging it.
I'd love to get an E album.
Yeah,
man.
or a feature at least on one of these
I
guys.
just stay
We
tuned.
could do that.
Stay tuned, fellas. Stay
Oh,
tuned.
okay,
all
okay.
say.
I mean,
Okay.
he's probably got some tracks laying around he could throw
I have
out.
enough for it.
And if
Let's
you
do
want
it.
to, if
I
you
have
want
a
to,
vault. I have a
do
really
it.
deep vault.
Let's talk it into existence.
and if you want a Brandon E feature, contact his management right here, right here.
Heck yeah, dude. Favorite pay-per-views? Is that what
Yeah.
we're talking?
Let's go.
Episode 80. 80 episodes in the
a lot,
bank.
man.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude, that's work. Putting in that work here.
80's a big number, dude.
It is.
You know,
We
I
were
mean,
all
it's
born
bigger than
in the
79.
80s.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
it's coming up on it.
R.I.P. disco era.
1980, that could be a look.
That could be the next movie one.
Yeah.
Something in the 80, whatever y'all
Okay.
think.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, 80s is a good decade to go with on the next movie one we did. Because I really liked that episode, the last episode, 1994, the year in movies on that one.
It's one of my favorite ones we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely think we need to tackle an 80s.
There were so many movies y'all talked about that I completely forgot. I thought they were different years, but 94 was a big.
Man,
I can't
that was
believe-
special. Such a special year.
I couldn't believe the amount of money that was spent at the theaters.
insane. Between Lion King and Forrest Gump.
Oh,
just
wow.
those two. just
Forrest
those
Gump
two.
is my all-time favorite movie.
It's
Yeah.
one of my all-time
I
favorite
love it.
movies.
I'll watch it
And The
anytime
Lion
it's
King
on
is one of
TV.
mine. I actually went back to the movies back this summer. They did the anniversary of The Lion King. I took Jagger to see it, and we loved it. I thought
Oh, dude.
I liked
Oh,
it
it's
better
been
now.
30 years. Yeah.
Is that the live? Are they doing
No,
a live action
they
for
are
that?
doing that.
Yeah,
but
that's
this was
coming.
they literally.
Well,
did
they
like
got a live
re-release.
action sequel coming out just
Yeah.
about Mufasa.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And we
Yeah.
watched that that trailer in 3D. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
The Lion
Looks
King
great.
live act. Well, they call it live action. It's all CGI. It was pretty good, but it's nothing compared to the original.
No, the
Jonathan
original.
Taylor Thomas.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Jason Weaver.
Jason
and
Weaver still getting paid off that song.
R.I.P.
man.
James Earl Jones that just
Oh,
passed away
yes.
too. The voice of
Yeah.
Mufasa and everything.
Yes.
So I mean, but yeah,
Coffee Joe, man.
yeah. But I mean,
Jaffe Joe. That's beautiful. What is that? Velvet?
I swear I'm living by it, man. Him and Morgan Freeman, the two greatest voices ever in
Oh,
movies.
my God.
the amount of voices that he has.
Them two, man.
And Uncle Phil is another sneaky one of the voice work that he did too.
Oh yeah.
He did Shredder.
James Avery, my favorite TV dad.
Oh, that's a good episode that we
Yep.
could do right there.
That is a
TV
TV.
Dads?
Did y'all not do TV Dads
No,
already?
we
Well.
did, or did we do? I think we did.
And we did for Father's Day.
Yeah, we did.
Early on. First
So many
Have y'all done
episodes
TV
ago.
Moms yet? We got Mother's
No,
Day
we
coming
haven't.
up.
Shout out to the
Yeah.
moms out
Or
there.
wait, when's Mother's Day?
Mother's Day comes up in May. So that's
Never mind,
about
so
Yeah.
we got time.
yeah.
Yeah, we got a little time to do some pre-homework for that one. But anyways, we're back
Shout
to
out
this.
Earthquake, dude. Episode 80.
We got
Still
off
the
on that
reigning,
one.
defending tag team champions. But yeah, favorite pay-per-views, guys.
Yeah.
Kick it off.
Yeah. BJ? It's been a minute since you've been here. Throw us off one.
So I'm going to kick it off, and I'm going to kick it off with the TNA pay-per-view. This is my
Okay.
favorite TNA pay-per-view of all time. It's TNA No Surrender 2007. This is the one where Kurt Angle defended 3 belts in the night. He held every belt. He had the IWGP title. This was the debut of Pac-Man and Ron the Truth Killings, and they won the tag belts from Sting and Kurt Angle. He also he wrestled Samoa Joe, and he also wrestled Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal won the X Division
Put in
title.
work that
Put in
night.
work
Dude, that
that
is
night, for
insane.
Yeah.
See,
Put in
I
work
know
that
nothing
night.
about this whole era of I've
Yeah, this
been
special.
told I need
Yeah.
to
Special era.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should.
It was so crazy how they
you
incorporated
promoted
Pac-Man
it for the
Jones
longest
into it. He
time.
never
Yeah.
he never got touched
Nope.
ever, and they were tag champions for the whole time. He was suspended from the Titans that time.
That's crazy.
Yep. Ended up losing it to the Dudleys. But yeah, that's my favorite TNA pay per view of all
That's a
time. No
great-
Surrender 2000.
That's a great kickoff, right
Dude,
there.
that's insane to think that he had 3 title matches.
You'll see a theme on like my favorites.
No, that's what's the great thing about bringing the 5-man crew, especially in for the wrestling episodes. We get a little bit of everything because, like I said, I never watched TNA.
Y'all love it.
So, but from all of y'all talking about it, I need to go back and
I think you still, to this day, you'd probably shit your pants watching the X Division matches.
Oh, dude, I'm
Back
telling
to
you,
back then.
there's a peak like 5-year run there. TNA was right there neck and neck.
The
with
8-sided
WWE.
ring.
I mean, the
those-
Knockouts division was good.
Yeah,
No, for sure.
They kinda
better than
started the whole-
WWE.
So much better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much
I
better.
was honestly, and this isn't knock on Hogan or anything, but I was a fan of TNA hardcore until Hogan and Bischoff
Absolutely.
came in.
Absolutely.
Well,
And
they
it
they,
just felt
they
like it
watered
was
it down.
WCW.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It turned out to be like 2000 WCWs.
They brought in Foley
TNA
and
felt
put
like,
the title
yeah.
on Foley, and I was just like, why though? Like they didn't need that. They had guys that could carry the
Man.
and they were pushing a lot of younger guys
Right.
of the younger guys coming up.
I
and
was a
everything.
huge Abyss fan.
Oh, I loved him.
Man. Oh,
yeah.
I wish he would have got a run in
Yes,
WWE. I know he's
absolutely.
producer
He's one-
now, but I wish he
great-
would have got a
yes.
run.
He's one of the the small handful of wrestlers that never got a WWE run.
Yep.
And he would have had
Oh, man.
a feud with Taker and
Anybody.
Foley,
Anybody,
and Kane.
yeah.
He could have won.
That
with
could have
anybody.
been And I don't know what happened with all that. If he was just loyal to a fault, or they didn't want him because he already had a similar vibe to some of the other guys over
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
or
he
whatever.
had a mankind look to him.
He had a mass.
But I mean,
He
even-
was such a good wrestler.
Even him and
Fantastic.
Kane could have had a run
Yeah.
as tag champions,
Absolutely.
and could have just dominated.
Absolutely.
That's what I was going to ask too. He was a big dominant
Big
guy.
dominant dude,
Absolutely.
yeah. But I mean, he had matches with guys like Angle, guys like Sting, and they
Yeah.
were like 5-star
Yeah.
type quality
Rob
matches.
Van Dam.
Rob Van Dam,
That,
like, they
that
could
was
go.
That
They
Yeah.
was
could really
good
go.
feud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said all that TNA stuff is they have an app that you can
Yes.
I need
It's
to
like
get that.
$8 a month. You can watch all the pay-per-views
I
on
need to
it.
get on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I need to get on that because it sounds like, especially hearing so much of
man.
y'all talking about it.
That was my Thursday nights, man.
That was
Yeah.
every time. You're right. Absolutely right. Yep.
You want to go, Chance?
Sure.
Go.
I'll go with the alternate to WWE. Also, this was the very first pay-per-view that I bought in years. AEW Double or Nothing 2019.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Had
it's,
Dusty Rhodes and Cody Rhodes facing each other, which should have happened in WWE,
Oh,
but
yeah,
didn't.
that one.
yeah.
And then the main event with Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega.
Is
Yeah,
this
that
the
was
one where Moxley shows up? This was the first one, right?
Yep,
Moxley
yep.
showed up.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have a AEW pay per view on my list just because like early I hate to say it now because I hadn't been in business long, but early AEW is like more of my favorite. Like
Yeah.
that time frame.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Really
had high
exciting.
hopes for it and
Yeah.
thought that similar to TNA, and then it just
Yeah.
kind of went off the
It's
rails.
fizzling now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fizzling.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a lot of excitement, and probably at that year, probably one of my favorite pay-per-views.
Oh, definitely. They were
Yeah.
bloody. They boy Cody. And
Oh yeah,
Dustin
Cody.
were
Yeah,
bloody.
Cody and Dustin
Hey.
were bleeding like stuck pigs.
I know
Yeah.
one thing. Pops was in heaven watching them take it to the pay window, baby. that was a great.
We
match.
had
Yeah, that was.
Goldust versus Stardust.
And for being, I mean, they were
Go
taking a
down
huge
the
risk with that show and everything because it was pretty much an
Yeah.
all independent
For sure.
show and everything. But it was a great first
Yep.
kickoff to their.
Such needed,
That,
man.
that first 3 to 6 months, AEW, I was doing the Monday night reviews on that. I was
Yeah.
loving AEW when it first
Yeah.
started,
Yep.
and then it just
I think they had the same situation happen. They started bringing in guys from
Older
WWE,
guys,
and
yep.
yep.
Instead of
And-
pushing that younger new
so
crop of
developing
stuff.
developing talent themselves, and they needed something that was going to get eyes, and a lot of people aren't going to watch something that somebody they don't know.
Because
Exactly.
even if you look at it now, some of the guys that were on that original pay per view aren't even on the
even-
roster
Oh, no,
on
yeah.
AEW's roster
Yeah.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
haven't watched
they
it
got
so
guys
long.
like Powerhouse Hobbs that they don't push for anything. And
Yep.
you talk about a beast.
Man,
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Big old
monster,
dude,
like
man.
a beast, and they
Yeah.
don't push him for anything. No mid card title, no tag title, no nothing. And AEW just there's a group of WWE guys that are there, like Cesaro or Claudio, Moxley. You got Daniel Bryan there now, or Bryan Danielson, and those guys you can build a younger roster around, and they're marketable, and they've been champions everywhere they went, but. At some point or another, you realize why WWE kind of let them walk.
Yep.
You realize that, okay, you're only good for – they've already turned on Jericho. Like, they want Jericho to retire. And
Yeah.
I think Jericho is one of the best workers out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he puts on great matches.
And in my opinion, they're going for the more shock factor
Right.
than anything right now. I mean, their last pay per view is like, hey, the common theme is murder with our pay per
They
view.
put a bag over dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shoving a
then
needle
they're
on someone.
they're shoving a needle in Swerve's mouth, and then that chair shot.
Yes.
That chair shot is like Attitude Era. There's no reason for that kind of chair shot nowadays.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to prove yourself to take that kind. Even if it's a kayfabe chair
Yeah.
or not, that impact that was
There's no reason for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you
That's
don't
like
have to
Edge
do that.
jumping off the top of a cage. Like, why are
And
you
breaking his leg.
Why are you jumping off the top of a cage at your age now? Like,
Yeah.
just chill out, dude.
You don't
ain't gotta
have to do that.
You got to do that.
All right, I'll throw one out here. I'll throw WrestleMania 17 out
Okay.
there. I mean, you had Jericho beating Regal for the IC title to
Yeah.
retain. Taz and APA beat Right to Censor in a tag match.
Shout out to Right to Censor.
Yeah.
Terrible
I know.
faction. Terrible faction.
As you know, I like to give
The
shout outs.
Godfather.
I like to give shout outs to terrible things.
I give credit where credit is due. Shout out to Bull Buchanan, motherfucker.
He's watching right
yeah, dude.
now. Yeah.
You had Guerrero beat Test for the European title. The Angle and Benoit match was a banger off of that one.
Off the rip.
You had the TLC match with the Hardy Boys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. The
Yep.
second Well, the full first, I believe, TLC match, though.
Yeah, that's with the epic tackle off the
Yeah,
ladder.
where he almost killed. And then the biggest thing of the whole thing was Stone Cold beating The Rock and turning heel.
Yeah.
With,
Oh, yeah.
and Shane. I mean, not Shane, with Vince.
Yeah.
The whole handshake.
That was
at the end.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2001.
Was that Hogan and Vince on that?
No,
that
that was
was- that
Shane.
was 19.
Shane and Vince had a what kind of match was it? A street fight with
Yeah.
Mick Foley being the ref.
Gotcha.
That's the one that when the mom was in the
Yeah.
freaking corner in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Catatonic state. Yeah, it was.
But it's still a banger of a paper. It's
Oh, I
one
love
of-
WrestleMania. And
That was
going
so
back
good.
to a couple episodes ago, when we were talking about Judgment Day being such an expensive DVD. WrestleMania 17 was another one. like
Yes.
Oh, really?
that. An out of print DVD.
I think I
yep.
still have that one.
Oh, really?
Now I'm sure it's not. A thing.
well, yeah.
Back then when we were.
I thought I had Judgment Day when y'all were talking about that. I was like, but I didn't have it.
Yeah,
I'm sure that one still fetches. It's still to this day, just
Probably.
a physical copy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably so.
Even though the network's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same, man.
No, they edit shit and turn
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, they
music
change music
take
and
stuff
everything in
out
there. It's
and-
just not, not the
Yeah.
same.
Well, did you see one thing I didn't see? Is it a true story that they're getting rid of the music guy with WWE? Who is?
CFOs?
No, it's not CFO right now. It's somebody different. But I think the reaction of the music they've been producing has not been so well, and I think they're going in a
interesting. I
new
haven't heard
direction.
I think that they said they're going to start using mainstream artists now.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
they got a
And
lot
paying for
involved
licensing.
right now. They they can
Well,
do
the
it.
money
I
that they're
mean,
getting and
yeah.
everything. And
I
so,
mean,
I think I love that because if you look at guys like MVP's theme with Silk the Shocker, 3-6 Mafia did Mark Henry's, and I think those
Yeah.
were two of the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
When
a
they
good
use the
point.
mainstream artists.
and
like-
SmackDown's first episode on USA was Friday night.
It was a
killed
banger
it.
too. I
Yeah.
watched it. It was a banger. Yeah.
Why is William Regal not in the Hall of Fame?
I was really surprised to see him because I thought he was still with AEW.
No. He left a long
Yeah,
time
he's
ago.
been
Oh,
gone.
okay, I didn't
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah.
gone. And I thought he went back to NXT.
I thought so too.
but
Yeah,
I think he deserves a shot in the Hall of Fame. He needs to be in
Oh,
there.
he will. Oh, yes.
He's a worker.
it's coming.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
It's coming.
even as a coach and everything with
Oh, yeah.
NXT and everything, he deserves it.
Yeah.
So
Regal deserves it.
Well, I'll kind of throw something different, I guess, for y'all. Y'all are throwing some bangers right now, but Bad Blood '97.
Bad
Okay.
Blood, nice.
That was
Oh, yeah.
that was a first of two things. The first Hell in a Cell,
Yeah.
Yep.
Taker, and HBK,
Absolutely.
with the introduction of Kane.
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Game
One of the
changer.
greatest debuts too.
Yes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
gotta be Kane.
And he pulls the cage. Yes,
He was ripped up too, man. You
Dude.
go back and look at how big he was, man, when he first
Glenn
came out,
Jacobs.
man.
He's still a monster.
Yeah.
He's still chiseled.
Dude, it was amazing to me how good a shape he stayed
Yeah.
into the depth of his career.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man.
But yeah, that
A
debut.
little bit of sadness to that pay per view. That's when they announced Brian Pillman passed away. But that was a really good pay per view, man. Like the Hell in a Cell is something that was introduced. You know, it's '97, man. It's
Yeah.
still going strong. You know, and-
Crazy to think about.
yeah, absolutely, man. Like I know.
It's
Time
retro
is
now.
for real. Absolutely, no, it is definitely retro. But it was that was special, man. I remember watching that live and not really sure what to think about it because at the time concepts wasn't introduced
Yeah.
like that back then, and it stuck around. You know, that was a very a big departure from like the Blue Cage, Big Blue
Yeah.
Cage.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad they finally departed from the Pujambi.
Oh man,
Well, it was
what
a mix of like the War Games cage,
Yeah.
the Steel Cage,
Yeah.
Steel Cage, and War Games
Absolutely.
combined. Had a baby, and it's like
I felt like the Hell in the Cells in the beginning were much bigger. Like
I think
taller.
it felt like it was,
like they were
wasn't
much
it?
taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
then-
think they may had to change things up after that whole Mankind
Yeah,
Taker
for sure.
match and everything. How
sure.
that one went.
and just the fact that HBK and Taker put
Dude,
on clinics
every
single
time they get
time,
ring
man.
together.
Yes.
Holy smokes, they're so good.
And it seemed like Taker would have the best matches with littler guys,
Absolutely.
like guys like Sean,
Because
and
he's
all
the
that.
big guy that can go, man. And like
Yeah.
most of these other big dudes can't do anything.
And
Yeah.
Sean sells like great when he's
He's-
not like being like gimmicky like he was with Hogan. Like,
As-
he sells
well,
great.
Hogan
Yeah.
deserved
He
that.
sells
That was
great.
that was a troll.
That was
Sure.
No,
for
yeah,
sure.
by far, he deserved it.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though he was my childhood hero, he turned into a
Hey.
total.
Most of our childhood heroes have turned into.
No, right? That's what sucks.
It's unfortunate. Yeah.
Speaking of childhood heroes, 1990, SummerSlam 1990.
Okay.
One of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. You had banger matches like Power and Glory versus The Rock. You also
Paul
had
Roma was in
Yeah, absolutely.
Your
You
boy.
also, you also had dark match, but you had Buddy Rose and Shane Douglas.
Okay.
Well, you
Wow,
didn't get to see
Shane
that
was
one, but I'm sure if you dive on the internet, you can find it. This is also when $1 Million Man purchased Sapphire.
Oh.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
She was
Yep.
supposed to fight
Slavery.
Sherry. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's the whole promo where Dusty's looking for her and he's asking Hacksaw. I haven't seen her, Dust.
I mean, think about that though. He purchased
Dude,
Virgil. He
that's horrible,
purchased
dude.
Sapphire.
I'm like, oh my God, bro.
All I'm
I'm talking about Vince, dude.
But-
That
but-
documentary.
But
I'm
all
looking
jokes
forward to
aside,
that.
I was naming off obviously
That's
the terrible
great,
parts,
yeah.
but this had a really dope 2 out of 3 falls tag team match with the Hart Foundation and Demolition.
Great.
You also had Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude
Great
cage
match. Great match.
Yes, dude.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
when Hogan was sat on by Earthquake. I wrote him the guitar part. He wrote that.
That's right. Yes.
He came back. He had Boss Man in his corner. And
Oh.
Earthquake was going up against. He had Dino Bravo in his corner.
Rick
This is when
Reigns.
Texas Tornado won the Intercontinental Championship from Mr.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That match.
And
They
it's
had high
just
hopes
it's so
for him.
nostalgic.
No,
Obviously,
Texas
the pay per
Tornado's
view's
Kerry
not
Von Erich.
solid. I mean, to put it like this: the Hogan match was 13 minutes, and the main event cage match with Warrior was 10 minutes.
Interesting fact.
But
Wow.
like they, because they weighed heavy on like the mid card.
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
You know.
But the mid card was better.
Yeah.
It
But
was.
obviously, I rented this countless times at video checkout in Springfield.
Oh yeah.
I love that one. I love
Shout out.
1990 in general.
Well,
I mean,
I got
to have a
I
late
love the
charge there.
90s. in
Well,
general,
I thought
so-
one that I always rented too was Royal Rumble '92.
Yep.
That was
man.
one that was always a rental.
that's my favorite Royal Rumble match ever.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But you had Orient Express versus the New Foundation. I had Piper beat the Mountie for the IC title in that one. The Beverly Brothers beat the Bushwhackers.
Everybody beat the Bushwhackers.
Also, yeah, match. Also, the Big Boss Man Mountie match is when he had to go to jail. After.
Oh yeah.
You were going to jail. The Mountie, dude.
But one of the key matches of the Royal Rumble '92 is when these boys won the titles against the Legion of Doom and everything.
I
And
can't
then, of
believe
course-
they beat the Legion of Doom. Like they really let them put them over. Like,
But you got to think about it.
That's
Legion
true.
of Doom wasn't around.
but LOD was like
It.
They were
They
the
were
top.
it.
They were top of the pecking
But
order.
you got to think Hawk was causing a lot of trouble
That's
too.
true. Good point.
And then of
Cool.
course you had the Royal Rumble with Flair winning it and the
Right,
promo after
I think Flair's Royal Rumble performance is definitely top 3 of all time.
Yeah.
because he came in at number 3.
I think.
No,
no, he's number 2. He
I
came-
think
number
it's top
2.
1 of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I mean,
well,
that's-
I think $1 Million Man was in that top 3 people that came in. The first
Yeah.
3 that came in.
Mo had the greatest Royal Rumble performance.
Mo
of all
or
time.
Santino Morella that time. When he was getting in the ring.
But he tossed out Sid Justice, R.I.P. Sid,
yeah.
for the win and everything. But yeah, that was always a rental for me.
Yeah.
Back
Oh,
in
without
the-
a doubt.
That was one of the Coliseum home video. I love the cover to it because it had everybody like in the cartoon look. And
Yep.
It had everybody on the cover.
That's a
like-
great cover.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
that was always stuck out to me.
I'll
Definitely
switch
rest
gear.
in peace to Sid.
Yeah.
Hitting dingers in heaven over
Yeah,
the
he
Heaven's
is.
gates, man.
Still
hopefully.
fouling balls. They're not going straight.
I'll switch gears and go to WCW. One of my favorite WCW pay-per-views is Fall Brawl '96, and if y'all don't remember that one, that was the Team NWO versus Team WCW.
Yes, that's
the,
what-
the fake Sting, and this was what led to Sting going into the direction of the Crow. So I remember that one. Just the build-up for that was great, and then the match itself was awesome.
Well,
as well.
and Fall Brawl, you always got a war game. You always
Yeah.
got a war games
Yeah.
match in Fall Brawl, and that's what I love. That was my favorite WCW, other than Halloween Havoc.
Right.
Just because of the set design,
Oh,
mainly
without-
for
yeah,
Halloween
without a
Havoc. But I love the war games, the whole aspect of that. But that's a great one.
Yeah.
Because you had the fake Sting come in before the real
Yep.
Sting, and Sting beats up everybody, and then
then leaves.
pretty much
Yeah.
gives the FU to WCW
And then the next day, he
walks
cuts
out.
that great promo where his back was turned,
Yep.
and that's what I hated about WCW. They always gave away ththose little hints, like, "Oh, he's turning his back on us." And
Yeah.
Sting cuts that great promo, and the next thing you know, the next time you see him, he's got the white face, the black coat, and then he doesn't show up but here and there. And then the Crow, one of the greatest gimmicks of all time.
All time.
Crow
Well,
Sting.
luckily in this War Games match, you had a higher cage.
Oh, definitely,
Unlike
yeah.
where Sid tried to put Brian Pillman through the top of that one.
yeah,
Sid and Brian Pillman had 2 of the best perms
Oh, so
of
great,
all
dude.
time, man.
I think Sid was more of like blonde Jerry curl. In a way. It was just so perfect and just
Oh my
so
God,
breezy.
yeah, man.
It just perfection.
Pillman, man. I wish we could have seen what Pillman could have done in WWE.
Special, man. It would've been
he was.
special.
Yeah.
I wish we could have seen that. more of what we saw. I mean, his little run in ECW was great, and then what he had going with Austin and WWE was phenomenal.
Because it was real.
It was real.
His ankle was just so shattered at that
Yeah.
point, bro. I mean,
R.I.P. to Kevin Sullivan too, by the way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
we've
was
had some
another one that
RIPs
passed,
recently.
and didn't nobody
Yeah.
really say much about it. I know he was.
He had a podcast I was listening to. He like recorded one like right before he died.
Oh no.
Just one of the greatest wrestling minds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, man. You got one, Chet? You got
I
one?
also have a WCW from 1996, and I was there in person. Starrcade 1996.
Oh, nice.
I like it for the sentimental reasons, but it's not a bad card. You had Jushin Thunder Liger versus Rey Mysterio Jr.
Dope.
Yes.
The Outsiders versus the Faces of Fear, which
Yes.
was good.
Faces of Fear.
Diamond Dallas Page and Eddie Guerrero.
Nice.
Demon Malenko and Ultimo Dragon.
Damn.
And yeah, I mean it was but then you had Roddy Piper versus Hollywood
Oh,
Hogan
yeah.
too.
Young Brandon was there in
Yeah.
attendance as well.
Yeah.
So
Well,
maybe
I-
we were on the same road. We don't even know.
Yep.
Well, I'll throw another Starrcade 94 because
Yeah.
it's just sentimental value for me from at Municipal Auditorium
Yep.
with oh god, now Aaron Tippin singing the national anthem.
Oh,
and
yes.
everything.
Aaron Carter? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, Aaron
Shout
Tippin.
out
R.I.P. to that as
Wearing
well.
a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey at Municipal Auditorium.
In Nashville.
Yeah, in Nashville. But you had the banger of the beginning. The leadoff match was Vader versus Jim Duggan for the
Oh,
U.S.
yeah.
heavyweight title, and then you had Das Wonder Kid Alex Wright beat Jean Paul Levesque,
Oh.
the young
Wow.
Triple H at that time,
No.
and then Sting beat Avalanche in the co-main event.
Dang.
But the main event of that one, it was Hulk Hogan versus the Zodiac. Dude, terrible main event for that Starrcade 94. But it's the sentimental values. I was there.
course.
I saw Hogan out in the parking lot before he came into
wow.
the auditorium
Wow.
and everything.
That's
He
cool.
waved at us. It was just cool. I had my Hogan shirt on.
Oh, that's cool,
I wore
man.
it to school the next day. And then
And
now
the day after that.
yeah, pretty much.
Your little funky self.
Until I was like, do I want to rip it? Do I want to? And one day I just said, fuck it, I did it.
There you
And
go.
then it was ruined.
There you go.
But, you know.
man.
If you can't tell audience, there's a lot of Nashville references because we live in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
Shout out
outskirts of
Municipal
Nashville.
Auditorium for still staying into this day.
Absolutely. I'm still standing. Yeah.
Unlike Greer Stadium.
Oh man.
Yes.
Starwood.
It's holding
Is the
on
guitar
life.
scoreboard still up over there? Or
It's
they torn it
still-
all
it's
down?
still there.
Is
It's
it?
still up.
You
A
should
lot of
video from
smash,
there,
lots
dude.
of like smash.
You could probably
like,
get in there
windows
and not
lights
like
stuff.
get a
No,
permit
the
or
whole stadium
anything.
was torn down now.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
gone.
Yeah,
now.
the
It's just a
stadium's
field.
gone, but the under the guitar thing should still
Oh
be there.
dang! Well, I ain't drove through there in
Old
a
school
while.
Nashville.
I used to live on the street for God's
Dude,
sakes. I mean,
man, the Thursday night ball games out there when they had $1 hot dogs and $1 beers.
Fun fact. I went to a Sounds game one time, and I actually got chose to be the human bowling ball,
What?
and I got a strike. I was in this big caged ball, and they rolled me off this ramp.
Holy cow!
tough guy right here.
Small world.
Well,
Oh man.
I guess I'll.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, I'll. This is a kind of duh one, but I don't care. It's
Go
just
ahead.
that dang good. WrestleMania 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to put. I mean, it's one of the great.
Hogan, I challenge you, Hogan, to a match. Man, that WrestleMania 93,000 Pontiac Silverdome,
Crazy.
man. I still to this day like when I see like highlights of that event, man. You just look in that crowd. I just never seen anything like that in my life, man. You know that was special, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was so many moving parts to it. It was Piper heading out for a little while, becoming a big movie star. Surprisingly, after watching The Dark Side of the Ring, I didn't realize it was like Adrian Adonis's last little hoorah
Yeah.
before they kind of his whole situation happened. That was a really good,
That was probably the first. I mean, I know that everyone talks about WrestleMania 1 being like the iconic because it's the first of it, but 3 was like
three
Yeah.
special, man.
Three's where it started. Man.
That's that first real.
3 is when
like-
you knew that this thing
that-
was serious.
One and
Like,
two
pop
was,
when
was
he
one and two
slams.
was really bad. If
Yeah.
you go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that pop when he slams Andre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was more commercialized with 1 and 2 and everything.
Well, that's how I felt about like the first Starrcade. I felt like, okay, this is cool. I see what they're trying to
Yeah.
do here. But like 3 was like really when WrestleMania 3 was when I was like, man, this is
People realized it, man.
Yeah.
I think they had a free Clash of the Champions
Yep,
trying to
at the
go
same time.
simultaneously with them.
yeah.
Yep.
They realized this was like, holy smokes, like wrestling's a huge,
This is about to
huge
change
ordeal.
things.
Yeah.
Boy,
And
shit,
I
yeah.
think, in my opinion, that changed this whole sport.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
No, facts.
I agree wholeheartily. And
Facts.
was it the next year or the year after that they did in?
That was WrestleMania 4, Trump Towers.
Yeah.
Okay, was it 5 that they did in separate?
That was WrestleMania 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Two
that
they
was
did,
WrestleMania
two
two.
they did.
Oh, WrestleMania 2,
Okay,
they
yeah.
did it in with 3
And they
different-
realized that
Closed
Yeah.
circuit. Closed circuit. Yeah,
Yeah, the closed circuit. Yeah, okay, that's what made 2 so bad.
Because you paid all this money and like the people at one location were having to watch it on a screen. Like,
But think about that though, like for like moviegoers, like some of y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have went and watched that stuff in movie theaters.
in movie
back then.
theaters, yeah.
I mean,
I
you still
tell
can.
you
AEW
I
does
tell
it
you when I
sometimes,
want to go
but,
see a
like,
movie
now,
on is the freaking Sphere out
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Oh,
that
my
looks
gosh. Yeah.
fucking. Did y'all see the
Yeah,
highlights of the
yeah,
UFC
yeah,
fight last night?
Yeah.
It's
next level, man.
incredible.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Incredible. And evidently, I guess in Dallas, Texas, they have this place called Cosmos or something like that. That it's a smaller version of the Sphere, and it looks
That's
absolute-
crazy,
But
man.
I want to go. I want to see something at that.
I do
That's
too.
incredible how it's just surrounds you pretty much.
It's definitely different. That's for sure.
but
Make sure I get this date right on this one.
go with another one.
Chad, you got one, Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll go after BJ. Go ahead.
ECW One Night Stand 2006.
Oh yeah.
Only specifically just for Cena and RVD.
Oh yeah.
That the build up for that, and I'll never forget like Randy Orton walking to the ring for his match with Rey Mysterio, and he was just like, you know, arrogant. Like he was WWE guy, he was the ultimate heel, right? But that RVD and Cena match, man, like there was a good chance that RVD was not going to win that match.
Yep.
And they were dead serious. Like that, the roof would have went off that place had he not won that
That's
match.
sincerely, it's for me. All seriousness, is my 2 favorite performances by both of them.
Yeah.
that's my favorite match of John
RVD
Cena
is
and RVD.
phenomenal, dude. And that was when he was peak RVD.
He was in SmackDown this past
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
Peak RVD.
I just watched the A&E or the biography that they released on RVD.
Oh, it's
Oh,
great.
it is.
He was
Yeah.
talking
I need to
about
see
that
that
match and stuff.
It was special.
Watching that whole thing too. Whenever they just kept throwing Cena's shirt back
Yeah.
in the ring and shit. That shit was
They weren't going.
crazy.
But you gotta give it to Cena too in that one too. He put it out.
He knew it wasn't his time. Like, here's what we got. We've got to do it.
Dude's
We've
so
got
professional,
to.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
we gotta
bingo.
do
He is, man.
Yeah.
That's why I love Cena.
Me too.
You can't knock him. I mean, as bad as people's biggest gripe is how he talks so much in the ring. So what
He's the best on the mic, dude. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that can cut a promo.
Well, just
better
calling
than Cena.
calling moves and everything.
Yeah.
Where he's very vocal when calling out moves and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, but guys, we know that what we're watching is not real. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like,
Yeah.
just
Exactly.
enjoy it for what it is.
But I agree with what you said. He's one of the greatest on the
phenomenal
mics.
I mean,
love him.
it's everyone can say Hogan is probably the greatest WWE superstar or Austin or something, but Cena's got to be like,
yeah.
he's got to be considered to be the GOAT because his run was for 10 years.
and
He said
Cena
on the-
put people over.
He
did.
put
Yeah.
people over.
Yes,
As much
bingo.
as people want to say he didn't, he put people over.
I don't
Yeah.
think- I
He
think
hasn't
they
won
say
a
he
match
did,
in
though.
years.
A lot of people
since
say
came
he
back.
buries people. That's
He
what
don't,
the biggest
though.
gripe
And
was.
he was putting. I mean, he was glad to put on the U.S. title and promote the U.S. title multiple times
Yeah.
during his run.
I'll say, okay, people that say that, but then they're like, they're saying they're arguing Hogan, but Hogan never wanted to put
Never
nobody
No,
over.
wanted
never.
anybody
And then let's be honest,
Stone
I love
Cold?
Stone Cold, but
No.
he took his ball and went home with the whole Brock Lesnar qualifying match.
He did, but even then, like, look at all the people that became champions during that time frame when Austin was at the top. Like, Rock had his Rock 8, Triple H 8, like Foley 8. Like, there was guys they were passing the title around, and that's what I think people miss about the Attitude Era was how frequent we didn't
yeah.
have these 2,000
Yeah.
day runs. Like, the title changed hands a little bit more frequently, and it
ti-
changed hands on Raw.
Absolutely.
bingo,
Yeah,
bingo,
like,
multiple times.
Can we
It
get that ever so often? Like, can we
If
get a quick title change for a
You
month?
had competition, then
Yeah.
it would be.
You're right.
I mean, it was. We got to just
Gotta
do what
keep
we gotta
people
do.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got titles, like there's titles on people now in WWE that I think, okay, give them this mid-card title run to see if they got it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
LA Knight, I want to see him as world champion. This mid-card title, let him run with it.
Yeah.
I want to see Jey Uso get a mid-card title and run with
I
it.
know it.
And run with it because he's the hottest thing out there right now.
He's hot. man.
hot.
I think he's a good fit for that IC title.
Yes, he is.
Well, don't know if he's going.
He's got about one more loss, and he's going to lose his name main event, Jey Uso.
Man.
This is very true. I mean, how can you call him a main event and they
Yeah.
keep making him lose?
I know it.
He's
I know
gonna
it.
have to do
Braun
something.
Breaker's over right now. It's going to be interesting.
But
to see
Braun
what
Breaker's ready to
happens.
move up. It's time for him and Gunther to get their bang on for a little bit, right?
Man,
It's
there's
it's
some
time.
talent right now, man.
Yeah.
But I think the Hogan situation is just he's the first. So
Yeah.
I guess that's why it's always a a subjective opinion thing that like is it Cena, is it Hogan, is it
But you had
Austin.
totally different style promos
Yeah.
with Hogan and Cena. Cena is more of I'm going to talk shit to your face, and where Hogan's just I'm larger than life
Yeah.
and talking
Well,
nonsense.
Hulk Hogan gave John Cena his gimmick.
Oh,
Y'all didn't know that?
According to Hogan.
I watched that podcast. That dude is so full of
So,
SHIT.
so I think I'm trying to go back and forth. I'm gonna go with WrestleMania 19.
Okay.
It's probably my favorite WrestleMania.
Mine
I would
too.
say, just match for match. You had Jericho, Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
You had
Great
Triple H,
match.
Booker T.
Yeah.
You had wasn't this
Booker T should have won
Kurt
that
Angle
match.
and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Booker
Les-
T
Yeah,
should've-
Angle and
Booker T should've won
Lesnar.
that
This
match.
one, Lesnar almost broke his neck.
Yep.
Obviously, you had Hogan, Vince McMahon in a street fight. You had Rock Austin again. Now this was the last Rock Austin because you had Rock Austin at 15, at 17, and then again at 19.
Yep.
And I love this. I love all their matches, but I like this one the most. And of course, the Lesnar Angle match is iconic in
so
itself.
good. It's so good.
Even without the
Shooting
botch.
stars.
Even
Yeah.
without
Match
the
was
botch.
good.
Yeah, match was great.
That was it's like, okay, Brock is he's it.
And you said 19. We've said 17. For me, WrestleMania 20 is my favorite because it's just two matches on there that really stood out to me. Eddie and Kurt.
Yes.
Kurt Angle versus anybody.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Kurt, right? Kurt versus Eddie. And then you get Rock Mankind versus Evolution. What we didn't appreciate about that match is what would become later on. Over 50 world championship reigns in that ring at one time.
That's crazy.
We didn't appreciate it at the moment, right? But over 50 world championship reigns combined in that match right there.
That's
crazy.
insane.
What a great
That's
stat.
It's crazy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Absolutely.
little pull right there, Mr.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Sir.
So,
Mr. Servon? Oh, okay.
Mr. Servon.
Same guy.
Cool.
he follows me on Instagram.
Fun fact. Ding.
That man right there.
Pull that card out.
Life
on him.
insurance. I don't know.
Flex right there.
Hey, John Cena follows me on Twitter.
Flex.
I don't know why.
He's got chance blocked.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
First of all, every wrestler's got Chance blocked on Twitter, guys. Chance has got in a hotbed on
Time
Twitter.
out.
Just the bad ones.
Yeah. Why are you blocked by so many wrestlers on Twitter?
Run down the list of wrestlers blocked you on Twitter.
I'm almost blocked by Kevin Nash, I
Almost.
believe.
What is almost?
I mean, because I got probably one more strike and I'm done here. John Cena.
I don't know why.
How does
Jim
Cena block?
Cornette.
Well, he blocks everybody.
Jim Cornette.
He don't block me because I love him. He knows my love
And
for
do
him.
not look at who John Cena follows. Because,
He follows me.
No, I mean, other than you.
I don't know why.
He
I don't
follows a lot of adult content.
know.
So, I mean,
I mean,
well, okay.
I mean, get it how you
Yep.
live, Cena.
yeah.
Get it how
I mean,
you
you,
live.
hey, but
But your boys with Ryback though.
yeah, me and Ryback were maybe people see
I
that I follow
wouldn't.
Ryback and they block me. I don't know.
That's probably what it is, dude.
I mean,
this dude's name is Ryback.
yeah,
What the hell does that mean?
Hey, get shell shocked.
yeah.
Oh my God, he is.
Shout out this fan right here.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that came in clutch when it was like 100 degrees in here for those.
I think it's
tapings.
stuck.
Shout out this fan.
I'm not done with this Twitter flexes. Who? All right, who do you got Twitter?
I don't follow nobody.
Chad, what celebrities follow you on Twitter?
I don't have
Twitter, I
Twitter.
don't even. I deactivated.
Oh,
my
you
phone.
don't
I
have a
never got on
Twitter?
it, Yeah.
Oh, okay, mate. Never mind. All right.
Chance's claim
Hey,
to
I
fame-
was just as shocked as everyone else.
Yeah,
I was
Chance's
like,
claim
okay.
to fame is getting blocked by
Yeah,
That's great.
his block
I
list.
try to just
I'm gonna
grow
fucking
it.
block Chance on Twitter.
There's no tell. What did you say to get blocked for?
There's no
That was a long
telling.
time ago, though.
Yeah.
You've had history with that one.
Yep.
All right, who's got
There's no
another
tell-
pay per view? You got one chance?
Hey, we just talked about this one on the podcast, SummerSlam 2024, so we don't have to go in depth about it.
It was
but
great,
So
from top to
good.
bottom, man.
Yeah.
So good, man.
probably one of the best pay-per-views in years, I believe.
I agree. I agree
from
with
top
that.
to bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't. I mean, you can argue WrestleMania the last few years has been good, but there's matches in between this one. It was like
That was
everything
bang,
was.
top to
yeah.
bottom.
Yeah,
pay-per-view
the
was
whole
great.
card,
It
other
was
than
good.
the Bailey.
Yeah, that was the only one.
That was the only one.
But
That
it
was
still
the,
wasn't
that was
like
the
skippable though.
No.
I still watched it.
That was
you
the
know?
potty break
Yeah.
time. That was the potty break match.
So if you haven't watched it,
Go
go
watch
on back and check it out.
Yeah, go watch our review for it.
Yep.
We'll talk all about it too.
I had. That's fine. I was getting ready to say a SummerSlam as well. SummerSlam '92 for me.
Yes.
Wembley
Yeah.
Stadium.
Oh yeah,
That's a great one.
one of my
yeah,
favorite
the-
entrances ever. It came from that one. Right
Road
there.
Warriors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Legion of Doom on the motorcycle.
That was one of those pay-per-views, and it's just that match. Actually, I was talking about. I was going to mention that match and the Bulldog and Bret Hart match that as a kid, I didn't realize like how doped up Davey Boy was during that, and Hawk. And those are my two favorite matches.
It's crazy.
The Bret Hart Bulldog match, that's one of my all-time favorite matches of all time.
And it's crazy that Brett pretty much carried that whole match.
And that's crazy because at that time I thought Davey Boy was that dude.
Yeah, everybody
He
did.
was
Everybody
that
did.
doped up though,
Yeah.
man. I had no idea.
It's insane.
But they're talking about Shawn Michaels too. Like Bret Hart just makes everybody.
Yeah.
He makes everybody.
Very underappreciated.
Man.
Very
He
underappreciated.
was on Raw the other night. I was glad to see him.
Yeah.
On there. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that segment with Gunther. I feel like
It just makes him more
it
of that
made
heel.
him more of a heel.
Yeah.
He's good.
And they need to push it because that's what they need right now is the big time
He's good.
bad guy heel because Roman is all of a babyface right now.
All of it. Yeah. All of it. Yep.
Every bit of
That's
it.
what Cena said on the Club Shay Shay podcast when he asked who his goat was, and he
He said Roman.
He said Roman.
Roman kind of deflected it back in the interview and said it's Cena.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm going to throw one out there. Survivor Series 2014, the debut of Sting in WWE, one of my favorite moments
That was
ever.
a really good. That was
Yeah.
literally
really
a
good
moment.
ending, really good program. Like the whole pay-per-view.
That was a
great.
holy, what moment.
Yeah, when that music hit, it's like, this is it.
Yes.
Yeah. I just
Yes.
wish they would have used his old WCW music because everyone would have known instantly it was Sting.
Yeah.
You saw the glimpse of the image in the Titan, the Tron or whatever, but that was just a great.
Was that a
moment.
Turner exclusive one? Is that why they couldn't use it though?
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
so
they own
many-
it though, right? They own all that.
I don't think they owned the Turner.
But
catalog.
they used it for the video game. That's what got me.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe they had to pay a licensing fee or
Maybe.
something like
I'm
that.
not
But yeah,
sure.
that's
Yeah.
what got me because like they put him in the game, and they used this old music for the promo for the game. But then he debuts with a whole new, which I mean, still great music. But everyone was like, when he come out, that place went nuts.
Oh, it went a huge pop.
Yeah, I watched
Oh,
the
it was-
reaction videos of people that were there live. Just unbelievable.
Wow,
Like,
yeah.
he's got to be in the top 5 greatest of all time wrestlers. In my opinion, he's up there.
Yeah,
He's up
He
there.
can be. He's that good.
Yeah, just give it. Just go be with Just don't get in the ring no more. Him and
Yeah, I
Flair
don't want to
both.
see him wrestle anymore.
I
No,
don't think
you've
he
done
will.
enough.
I don't
No.
think
You've
he
done
will.
enough.
Sting and Ric Flair one more time.
No.
I didn't want to see that TNA at all.
Club La Vila 2028.
I
Yeah.
didn't want
Gosh.
to see that at all.
No.
So I'll talk. I've talked a lot about TNA, especially from 2005. It's probably my favorite. I mean, TNA 2005 is one of the best years of wrestling I've watched. My favorite pay-per-view from that year is Bound for Glory 2005. This is back when the X Division was huge. This is back when Felix or Elix Skipper was.
Yeah.
He was in a group called Diamonds in the Rough during this pay-per-view, but he was always doing those fire-ass matches.
Yep.
Samoa Joe and Jushin Thunder Liger had a match that was dope.
Yep.
Sanjay Dutt was really popular then in the X Division. But then, like the X Division, P.D. Williams was one of my favorite ones to watch.
Canadian
'cause of the
Destroyer. That was the
Canadian Destroyer was like a flip power.
Yeah,
bomb.
yeah.
I liked Lil
It's-
Petey Pump too. I liked him.
Yeah,
He was that.
I like
he
Petey
fought Chris
Pablo,
Sabin.
but, yeah.
And then America's Most Wanted was like a really dope tag team. That was
yeah.
James Storm and Chris Harris. But then you had Rhino and Abyss had a Monsters Ball match.
Oh, yeah.
Monsters Ball match. That
I
was
remember
really
that
good.
match. Yeah.
Rhino had a great run in TNA.
Yeah, back
He did,
then though,
actually.
in
Yeah.
05,
Yeah.
as good as much as I loved it, it was never because of the main event. Because Jarrett was the main event most of the time, and the matches were cool. They just wasn't like great.
Yeah.
But like AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels,
Banger.
that whole year,
Yeah.
everything they did was fire, bro. They had a match.
Oh, well,
Like
those.
It
Yeah.
was a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Oh,
I was
shit.
looking through here trying to find which one. was
God,
an
I
Iron
love
Man
AJ.
match.
That's why one of the reasons why I want you to go back and watch.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
because you're gonna
this
be
is early
blown
AJ.
away by AJ
Yes.
Styles.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
was like,
dude.
I've seen clips of like
Man.
the early stuff of
Dude.
him and everything.
Early AJ Styles, man.
He's tough. He's early AJ Styles.
He's
'Cause when I
another
first
one,
started
man. There's
getting-
nothing he hasn't done.
Man.
Yeah, when I
He's-
first caught on to AJ was when he was in his New Japan run.
Oh, dude,
and
I mean,
everything.
you caught on.
missed a lot.
You caught on some good stuff, but
yeah, you missed
Yeah.
a lot.
man,
TNA, bro.
yeah.
And then what was crazy about that Bound for Glory was that Rhino went like some kind of like 10 or 12 man gauntlet
Yeah.
for the title, and then he beat Kevin Nash at the end of the gauntlet, and then he had to fight Jarrett,
Yep.
and then he beat Jarrett for the title.
Oh,
They
shit.
pushed, they
it was
pushed
the whole-
Rhino
that's
like
when
crazy.
Rhino was really getting a
They
push.
pushed Rhino like crazy.
But 2005 TNA, I'm telling you, because this is when Jeff Hardy was over there.
Yep.
He was doing really good. Like it's really really dope.
Yeah, y'all been pushing it for everything.
And you get Mike Tenay and fucking Don West
Don
announcing.
West.
Oh, shit.
And Don West announcing is like
He was great.
he was so good at
Yeah.
announcing. Bro,
You know,
'cause
one of
he was
my
so over the
one of
top.
the worst moments in TNA history for me was when they got into it live on the air, and then Don West walks off.
walks off,
I was
yeah.
like, no, man,
Yeah.
like we can't have this.
Yeah.
Then they brought in Taz.
And
Yeah.
shout out to TNA for having those brown bag specials.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
during
Yeah.
Black Friday.
Man, I got so many.
Not-
DVDs
not like
at
Every
home.
DVD was $5. That's
Not
when I
to
was
be
doing the
confused
DVD.
with the brown
yeah,
bag specials
yeah.
you got from the health department.
Yes.
Not
No, not Durex.
Greasy
or
balloons, baby. Greasy balloons is what I call them.
whatever. Dude, the TNA, bro, that's when I was doing those huge. That's
Yeah.
when I started my
Man.
collector channel.
Yes.
And they were doing them. Every DVD was $5,
Yeah.
bro, and that was
Yeah.
back when there was no networks.
Yeah.
So you could get you could buy the entire pay-per-view set for like $200 or $300.
I still got all
And
my
some of those
TNA
go for big
DVDs.
money now too, don't they? Some
Probably.
Did-
Yeah.
I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
We went to lockdown, right, in Nashville.
Yes, we did.
We went to lockdown,
Yes.
and you bought a brown bag.
I
there.
did, too.
Didn't you get some? Somebody got a Hogan.
Did I go with y'all to the
Yeah.
lockdown?
Yes, you
I don't.
were there.
My memory's
Because
terrible,
did
bro.
we not? Did we go meet? We went Angle, Christy
Yeah.
Hemme, Gail Kim.
Yeah.
Bro, I know I never. met
We
Kurt
got
Angle.
pictures.
Did I met Kurt Angle?
No, who else went with us?
I
then?
wasn't there. Pudgy
could've
maybe.
sworn
No,
you
it wasn't
with us.
Pudgy.
I would have remembered that. I definitely didn't go to that.
Man, well, I got pictures with them. You do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. But we went to lockdown, and somebody bought a brown bag special that had like a Hogan action figure and the whole nine in it. Like,
Yeah, dude. They
I
had
mean, I bought some stuff that day. I can't remember what all I
did
got.
you not go with us?
No, I would've
Maybe
remembered
you
meeting Kurt
went
Angle.
to the pay per view. Maybe you didn't go to the meet and greet.
maybe.
Maybe that's what it was.
I don't remember who else.
Did
Did Joey go with us? Maybe
It wasn't
I don't
Joey.
know.
Was it Jason?
Somebody else. Might have been him.
Was it Jason?
Somebody else. It was three of us though.
It was three of us.
It
I
was
would
fun,
remember
though.
that. I remember going to Monday Night Raw multiple
Oh, we
times.
used to go that all the time.
Oh, dude,
But
that
I don't
was-
remember going to
that was
TNA
fire.
pay-per-view.
That was fire.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Them
dude,
seat
shout out
filler
to TNA
jobs,
for
them
sure.
seat
R.I.P. Don
filler
West.
jobs. No doubt.
Let's see. This is an episode we can come back to
Oh
at
my
any
God.
time. Too,
Part
with
two,
the
part
series.
3, part 4.
Uh, Anybody else got one that they want to
I'll
throw out
save
there?
something for later. I
I got one more I will say. This is my favorite pay-per-view of all time. WCW Great American Bash 1990 again because Sting
Oh,
world title for the first time.
Dude, a
Yes.
pop like
Yeah.
no other for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, there he is right there in all his glory.
Yes.
Yeah.
That got the big gold belt on
Got the
himself.
big gold
Hold
belt.
that
That's
gray-headed
the
go
man.
volume 2, damn it.
Go get that shit. Hey, why haven't you pre-ordered it? Why haven't you purchased it? Why haven't you done any of that yet? So go buy the motherfucker.
Got mine
right
on
now.
Rhapsody already.
Oh, I got mine off
Shout out
Napster.
Napster. Shout out Kazal, LimeWire.
LimeWire.
But yeah, dude, appreciate y'all, man. Episode 80, Wayne Corbett.
In the
Shout out
books.
to Trouble Spirits. Shout out to Revolution One Media. Shout out to all the wrestlers, and shout out to the boys, the Fab Five, baby.
We here. Shout out to the
Juwan
gray-headed goat, Volume 2. We out this motherfucker.
Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance, Georgia team hating on me. Gene, BJ the DJ keeps the party.